Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. It's Finny here from Finny's Homebrew Emporium. And on that, there's some good news. Apparently the consent has been granted for this building to be fixed. So hopefully during this week at some point we'll get to talk to the builders and the owners and find out what that actually means for us. And then we'll move forward. Well, the builders will anyway. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not that crazy. But we'll find out how it's going to get fixed and the time frame, and then all being well, we should be in to the new shop by Christmas, or just after, which will be great. I think we'll do all sorts of fun stuff. All those new brewers out there, so that would be good fun. The SJ Pour Challenge. The New Zealand leg got announced this morning, the winners. So well done, Dan, Nathan, and Grant. Just pipped me. I came in 4th. So. Which I'm stoked with. I'm really happy with the results I got from the beer I brewed, my red IPA. So thanks to all those who got to taste it and made good notes on it. So they had a few that didn't, which coincided with the lower score. So I don't know what was going on there with those people that were doing that. So it's a bit of a shame that it sort of became, the more talked about thing than the beers themselves at one point, which I thought was quite bad. It took away from the competition itself. So hopefully those have got a wrap on the wrists or whatever and sent on their way. Because no one, I don't think anyone really cares what score they get as long as someone justifies that score. If if it was 0 out of 10 for aroma, tell me why it was 0 out of 10. Don't just put nothing and hide behind the internet. I'm not sure how you can really, you can't make people make notes. Even if you make it a compulsory text field, people will just put dash or whatever in. People always get around it. So it was a shame, but certainly the positives outweighed that. Those very few negatives. I thought it was a great comp. It was really well ran by the guys, and I look forward to next year trying to go one better, so I can try these international beers. That would have been brilliant. Well, wasn't to be. Onwards and upwards. So what is happening? I brewed a red session IPA. I did do a little bit of footage from it, but then I had some visitors come in halfway through, and I just lost track of what I was doing. And it was dark, and you can't really see my camera. So just trust me that I brewed one. That will be kegged tomorrow. Tuesday night, all being well, and it's had two dry hops. I dry hopped it in 2 different amounts, just to see if I can get a bit more out of the hops. So when I did the SJ Pour, when I put 100 grams in, straight into the fermenter, but aromatically on the nose, it wasn't as good as I wanted. I don't know if it's just the way the glass carboys sort of work with the hops. But last time I did this, well, IPA-ish, I did a 2-stage dry hop with each hop, with Cascade and Mosaic this one. So let's hope that comes out on the nose better, because it looks good, and the ferment seems to have gone well. So looking forward to trying that one. That one is for a session beer comp that we've got for the Brew Club, which is in about 10-12 days time. So hopefully it's going to be kegged, so it'll be carbonated one way or another. So that's looking good. What else have we got going on? Oh yes, I've got some footage coming up of the speciality beer that we did at the start of last month. Sorry, no, this month. Still this month. With strawberries. So what I did was brewed the Berliner Weisse, and now I'm going to rack it onto the strawberries. So here's some footage of me cutting up the strawberries and going through the whole process, of getting it through and into the beer. So you enjoy that, and I'll come back and talk some more. To show you what we've got set up, we've obviously got the strawberries. I've just sanitised my chopping board, and they're going to go into here once they're diced. So I've got my knives in here, so I'll probably give them a bit of a clean, dip them in the sanitizer, chop them up, put them in there, and then they'll go into the freezer. Right, yeah, so here it is. We've got roughly about 350 grams, all chopped up. Yeah, here's my finger next to it, so you can see they're quite nice and small, because they've got to fit in, you know, the fermenter. This is the beer. It's just about, I don't know if you can see there's obviously not much going on. Right, yeah, I've just defrosted my strawberries. You can see I've got this many, which I'm going to weigh before and... Oh, and we did it before. We weighed it before and after. So they've been frozen for 3 days. So now I'm just going to get them in. Hopefully. All being well. Into my sanitised jug. You can come back when this is finished. Rightio. There we go, we've got a pile of strawberries in there. We'll get to transferring it. And here it is. Yeah, you can see it's already going red. You can see all the strawberries in the top, just sitting there. So the hydro sample is down. You can see if it will focus in. It's like 1004, I think it was. So let's see what it tastes like, I guess. Right, so we'll give it a taste. The last one, after bottling, had an aroma of mincemeat. So this one doesn't have much to live up to. That's not too bad. Whew. Definitely got a lot more tartness going on than the pineapple one I did. Ooh, that's quite nice. It's like, just keeps on giving. My mouth's going all... it's like, you know, when you eat one of those sour sweets, you know, your saliva just keeps coming afterwards. That's pretty cool. Right, yeah, I'll get this back into the water bath. Cool, I hope you enjoyed that. So, the next thing I'm going to talk about, in the, you know, those of you outside of New Zealand don't really know about Christchurch in New Zealand. We had a massive earthquake quite a while ago, and the city's still rebuilding. You know, there's a lot of empty plots, and there's a few groups within the city, like volunteer groups, that are trying to fill those spots up, because, you know, no one just wants to see a blank concreted area. So down opposite the casino, where the Crown Plaza, I'm pretty sure the hotel used to be Crown Plaza, there's a site there that had a pallet pavilion, and that went because of fire wisps. But there's some really big gondolas, and this year they're going to grow some hops up these gondolas. So here I am talking to Douglas, who's one of the guys that's sort of helping out and organising it. Just talk you through about what it is and what it's going to be, and hopefully what we're going to do with it. So check that out. Right, here we go. I've got Douglas here, who's going to talk about the what do we call it, Douglas, even? Well,
these huge wooden arches are called the arcades, and they're actually a giant pergola, because a bunch of people, some people from Gap Filler and some other organisations and an architect got together and decided to do some architecture for no apparent reason. And so anyway, the only way they could get through the building consents was to call it a pergola. So it's a 6.3 metre tall pergola.
He's
anyway,
tall.
I volunteered on fabricating some of the pieces, and so the concrete footings are 400 kilograms each. So it's pretty over-engineered for a pergola.
Yes.
But when we were doing this, I jokingly said, because at the time we had nowhere for the structure to even go, and so I said, well, we can always take one home and I'll grow hops up it. And so yeah, from yesterday we've been actually planting up some hops, and hoping to grow enough hops to brew a Gap Filler beer or something.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What sort of beer are we looking at?
Oh, I think it would have to be a fresh hop ale. Like,
definitely, I think so. So if we look around, we've got I think there's, what, 2, 3...
There'll be 8 in total by the time
and see there's a bit more this way. So this looks out into what's left of our city.
Yep.
As you can see, we're surrounded by, well, not a lot.
This was actually the original Market Street of Christchurch, and so before the Crown Plaza Hotel was built, Victoria Street used to go straight into Victoria Square, and market stalls used to come up either side, and so that's another thing that'll be happening here is is markets. And
so we'll have markets around the hops.
Yeah, yeah, very much. And
so hopefully
a bit of brewing as well. I'd like to see some brewing demonstrations down here.
Oh well, I know a man.
Yeah.
I know a man. So, oh, excellent. Oh, hopefully, so these have just been planted, like, as my little rewaka has just gone in here. And hopefully, come, 3 or 4 months' time, it'll go all the way up there, and it'll be in the sky somewhere, and then we'll have a nice beer. So, oh, Douglas, thanks for talking to us, and hopefully we'll catch up again at some point during here.
No doubt.
Maybe brewing a beer here. That'd be good fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's on the corner of the street we were talking about. So if we do a 360, we've got the casinos there, and back to where the hops are going to be. So I'll give you hopefully I'll do a tour of the Google Maps if it's still going with the original, how it all looked. Right, you're going to have to ignore the quality on this because I'm basically holding my camera and then trying to use the computer at the same time. So, oh no, now the battery's trying to run out. I'll do it quick. So, where I was stood filming is literally, was just there. See, that was the Crown Plaza that used to be, and if I swing around, which way did I go? I'll go this direction. I'm pretty sure. So this is basically the same panning that I did on the, there's a casino, on the day when I was there. So as you can see, it's changed quite a lot. And back to where, so if you look through there now, that was the original Victoria Street. You used to continue straight through, obviously, where Crown Plaza is, and this is where the gondolas are, like here, and then further back again, of course. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with in Christchurch. Yeah, so that looks like a really worthwhile project. So hopefully we'll be able to get back there, in a month's time or in 2 months' time, and see how those hops are growing, because hops grow like mad. So I'm hoping they look really good. So well done to Douglas and his crew for doing that. I think that's everything for now. I'll catch you next Wednesday, hopefully. Oh, no. I do have one more thing to say. I start a new job tomorrow, Wednesday. Whenever you're watching this, is on the Wednesday. So, to give me a sort of a break and a change of scenery from the shop, I've been lucky enough to get a part-time job at the Four Ads Brewery, which is at the back of Pomeroy's in Christchurch. So for 1 day a week, I'm going to be the assistant brewer to Nathan, who's the head brewer down there, which is going to be great. Get some interesting experience and see the beers that come through there. They're set up as purely as a contract brewery brewery. So they have all sorts of fun stuff go through there. You get Yeasty Boys, 8 Word, Valkyrie, Ava's won the name is, but all sorts of fun stuff. So hopefully we'll be able to get some footage at some points in there as well, do some undercover stuff. So alright, until next Wednesday, take care and enjoy yourselves. See you.